to just keep you clean as you maneuver your way to your next destination. And that's something that we're going to be talking about, hygiene and responsive habits that we can adopt as communities in order to have sustainability as far as our health is concerned. Our Kickstarter is going to be coming up shortly, but in our Tech Note this morning, that's where we are focusing on. I am Priscilla Regina Naroga. Now we focus on something deeply personal and yet profound to us as the public, and that's hygiene. From the dignity of any young girl attending school confidently, to the comfort of a mother taking care of her newborn, to the health of communities striving for better sanitation as well as hygiene products, all these play a critical role in our everyday existence. And so across Uganda, conversations around menstrual health, baby care, sanitation and access to affordable essentials are becoming more urgent, and especially behind these products are questions of innovation. Do they fit our kind of issues? Can they take care of our kind of flaws? And so manufacturing, affordability and social responsibility all tied into one can give us a better conversation around sanitation and hygiene. So joining us this morning are two guests that are shaping the conversation through one of Uganda's leading hygiene brands, and that is Softcare Uganda. To my immediate left, I have Mugisha Festo, Assistant Managing Director, Softcare Uganda, overseeing strategy as well as growth, manufacturing operations, and the company's wider contribution to consumers' good sector. Good morning to you, Mr. Mugisha.
Morning, Priscilla.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
Very well.
Yeah.
We also do have Linda Kembabazi, who's joining us, Customer Service Manager with Softcare Uganda Limited. Thank you so much for being with us, Linda.
You're welcome. Thank you for inviting me.
All right. So let me start with you, Mr. Mugisha. What is Softcare all about?
Well, Softcare is a local company incorporated in Uganda. We incorporated around 2020. But we started full operations in 2021. But Softcare has been around for some time. We are operating in over 17 countries in Africa. But in Ghana, we're in South Africa, in Nigeria, in Cote d'Ivoire, so many countries. And we're also in Asia and also in South America, Peru, to be specific. So Softcare has been around for quite a long time, but in Uganda we started as early as 2021 to start operations. We have factory in Lugazi. Then we also have a factory in Mbale, but we are soon shifting fully to Lugazi. Yeah. So we specialize in manufacturing baby care products and sanitary hygiene products for the females, for the women. Yeah. Okay.
What was the inspiration behind those focal points?
Well, the inspiration is mostly about the baby care. We believe that these babies they need their hygiene is very important. It's very pivotal, and so that's why we know that having a diaper for a baby is something that can add so much to their hygiene, and for every mother to be able to afford one is very important to us, and also the ladies. We know that these pads are very important, even for the working ladies yourselves. When you enter that period, you cannot go without a pad, and even school-going girls, these things are very important to them. When they don't have them, they actually miss school. Okay. It affects their tendency, it affects their confidence. So these are the things that actually inspired us, that we know Uganda is a growing economy, and having these products available to the market, them is very important. Yeah.
Linda, you interact with the customers of Softcare on a daily basis. What are some of the testimonials that they have shared with you, especially around hygiene, affordability and accessibility?
First of all, at Softcare, what we are trying to do is to present these products, high quality products, but at an affordable price. So if you're to talk to someone out there, what actually beats is these products are high quality, but they're affordable and accessible because they are spread out in the market. So that could be the advantage, because at least when I talk to customers, it's very easy from wherever part that they are, this person can be able to get these products to them.
So with the products that you have before you, what are the price tags right now on the market?
On the market, Right now we have like this is a baby wipe. I'm sure you can get this. I don't know if I'm supposed to disclose the prices, but you can get this wipe at between 5,000 to 10, at least. That is if it is a fair price. Then these pads, a piece is like at 2,500. Then getting these are like in supermarkets. If you go to the supermarket, it will be a totally different price, of course, from the shop. But at least you can get this between 110 to 100 and maybe 30. That's like the price range. So these are affordable because looking at the pieces in here, this can last a mom a good time. These are 42 pieces. This is size medium. Yes.
Okay, all right. Festo, these are products that truly we're seeing on the shelves, but we want to understand from you, how have you been able to penetrate markets? Because predominantly it was in Kampala, but now being able to actually see it outside of Kampala in other parts and regions of the country.
Yeah, I think to us what's important is we try to balance two things. One, affordability and quality, like she has already mentioned. So, and how do we achieve this? Of course, people have this perception that when something is cheap or, like relatively affordable, it is not of good quality. But it's not true to us because for us, we've tried to mitigate that using, we've of course tried to engage with government so that they somehow give us some waivers on the taxes that we are able to subsidize the prices of these things on the market. Then also, we have a high state-of-the-art equipment that we use to manufacture these products. So because of our good quality and the price being affordable, we've been able to penetrate the market. Yeah. So
to that, actually, yes. Looking at the customers that we have, sometimes they make it easy for us because right now, looking at urbanization, people are tending so much to move from the traditional ways into the modern baby care and the hygiene products. Then the fact that Uganda has a growing population, most of them are young people. People are into the pads. They want to look at the modern kind of. And then people have the disposable income. Because before you'd say that maybe these pads and the diapers, they'll be used with people, like to people in Kampala. But right now you find that even people in other regions, people have this money to buy and use such products. Okay.
On that note, on the soft care pads that you have right now, on the market, it's been the purple pack that's been popular on the market. But now I see you've introduced a new pack on the market.
Yes. Right now we have 3 kinds of pads, of course, because of the different needs. Because initially we had we call it the regular. It has a 8+2. It was the normal one for the normal lady. But now we have like the pink one. This was mainly made for like school-going children. Those are the people, the girls who have just started their menses. You might find that the other one was maybe a bit large for them, but this is specifically for them. Then we also have the extra long for the people with maybe heavy flow, nighttime use. You're going to travel a long distance. This holds more, the 320 millimeters. It's longer, the way it was made, it's longer, so it accommodates more flow.
Okay. Yes. All right. Let's talk about corporate social responsibility. Many companies do this, but when it comes to communities, how practical are you as Softcare reaching out to communities to be able to, one, sensitize them about the need of being mindful of their hygiene and sanitation?
Well, we prioritize corporate social responsibility. We've done so many activities in that caliber. We've also done partnerships with government, specifically like Ministry of Health, where we are donating some products to Ministry of Health to give to hospitals, health centers, and to reach the most needy person on ground. So we've also done partnerships with the Ministry of Labor. Like on Women's Day, we did actually give out a lot of pads to ladies, the school-going girls who attended that event, and the women who had attended. And even talking about that, we also now, this coming Mother's Day, we are planning something to, like I said, we are situated in Lugazi, that's in Buiko district. So we are planning to have an outreach in the hospital there, Kawolo Hospital, where we are going to give out diapers and pads to mothers who will be there in the hospital.
Yeah.
So we really prioritize CSR, or corporate social responsibility, because we know, we're not about only making profit. Giving back is also very important.
Right.
Yeah.
Linda is always boots on ground. Customer service is her specialty. You have been able to engage in some of these initiatives.
Yes.
What difference have you seen on ground that your products have made when they've been donated to school-going children, to hospitals, to maternity wards?
First of all, because when we are doing these donations, we've had a chance to go, we go further into the rural areas, because like this past month, we had donations in Arua, that is West Nile North. Yes, that's where these donations were. So you find that some of these school-going children, because of the knowledge we all have, sometimes girls fail to go to school because they're in their periods and they don't have what to use. But knowing that that Softcare is trying to make these pads accessible, because of course when we go there and then we give them the pads, it helps, it sensitizes and helps girls, let me say, go to school, even with the boys that they are with, because we try to educate them that menstrual hygiene is not something like to be shy about and all that, so they can further support their girls. That is with the pads. Then we usually give the diapers to the mothers. You find that most of the mothers there are actually young mothers, but with the pads, with the diapers, at least they have something to use for their kids. Yes.
Okay. Let's look at it from the broader perspective. You do have hygiene and challenges that hygiene could lead to any given girls missing out on education or having an education gap. How can affordable sanitation actually help keep a girl in school? Festo, you can speak into that.
Well, to start with, I think if the parents, the caregivers can't afford these products, these items, then they will not be able to give them to their children, to their girls. And it's very important to these girls, because in the activities we've held over time, we've realized that it is actually true. It's not a myth that girls miss school because they're in their menstruation. So if a parent, a caregiver, is able to afford these things, then of course it has a very big impact on these girls having to have them at school and being confident that they don't have to miss school or not attend, or because they can't get a pad. Yeah. Because when they're in this period, they actually miss class. They don't go to class.
Okay.
Yeah, yes.
And for the case of mothers having to afford quality products in order to take care of their babies, how does that speak into then them not missing out on being productive and of course their holistic well-being?
Well, there's a huge debate about that. I think we can even use live examples. During that period, that time, in any workplace, the ladies, they need these things. They need these things. It's very practical. When they don't have them, they can't even come to work. You can't come to work when you know you're not able to cater for that part. So, and that of course affects your productivity. If you're not sure, you're there, you're at workplace, but then things are flowing.
Then on the side of diapers, we talk about the convenience. Because if you look at the traditional ways, if you're going to use, let me say, nappies for your baby, the
soaking,
time that it takes,
washing,
yes,
it's
the
a
time
rainy
that it
season,
takes,
it won't dry.
It's not convenient. But with this, because we have the baby diapers, we also have the pants. So you look at what is convenient for you, knowing that maybe you left your nanny at home, but with diapers. Yet you don't know if you leave them with the nappies, will they wash them well and all that. So this is more convenient for mothers.
Yeah, I think even the mothers, of course, some mothers at workplaces, if their baby is not well at home, they will never set
to
give
you 100%.
Yeah.
All right, as we close this conversation, what would be your call to action? Let me start with Linda.
First of all, at Softcare, we believe that health and hygiene, it's not a luxury. It's not supposed to be a luxury. I think these things should be readily available for everyone. So on the part of affordability, we try to make these things as affordable as we can. We try to make them accessible as you can. You can go to your nearest shop, supermarket, to your nearest market, because now we are even in markets, the local markets. Yes, so we try to make this out there for everyone. Yes.
Okay, all right. Festo, what would be your call to action?
Yeah, our message is simple. Hygiene is dignity. Hygiene, these products, sanitary pads, diapers, they are not a luxury. They are a necessity. So as Softcare, we are very committed to, having many families in Uganda being able to afford these things so that they are able to, maintain their hygiene. So that's for us, we are here to do that as Softcare. And I know in that way we are helping millions of Ugandans.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Festo and Linda, thank you so much for coming over. Softcare Uganda Limited, they're here to really ease the burden of hygiene and sanitation for you at an affordable price. And accessibility is the game changer for them. So tonight's conversation is showing us that hygiene shouldn't be a sidebar issue, but it should be central, especially to health, dignity, as alluded to, education, as well as opportunity. And so whether it's a baby's diaper or a sanitary pad or a simple hygiene wipe, everyday products such as these are here to help us really determine confidence, determine comfort, as well as the well-being of many people that do need these products. So that brings us to the end of this discussion. We take a short break.